Hello, my name is Mike the Mighty, and thanks for watching my video. Today is another in the series on how you can actually make gold in Guild Wars 2 in 2016. So, this is a method that will vary from person to person, and generally the more experience, the longer that you've played the game, the more money you're likely to be able to make from this method. And what is this method? This is checking out your own account. Now, let me be clear, I have started to make a hell of a lot more gold thanks to this method in the last month or so. I went from 50 gold to over 800 gold in 2 weeks, just by kind of playing the trading post, but it's also using a lot of things in my account. Just to put in perspective, I'm down to 71 spirit shards. I was up to 2,000 of those. I've used a lot of my laurels up. I've used a fair few amount of guild commendations, geodes, I was up over 2,000, and a lot of other items as well. And this is all things that to do with your account, particularly, for example, like tokens that you get from dungeons that will help actually make you a ton of gold. So how does this method actually work? Well, this is actually me going online and going to another website. This is Guild Wars 2 or GW2 efficiency.com, and this is a phenomenal website. This one website has made me more gold than I could ever have imagined, because I wouldn't have known about these methods. So how does this work? Well, you actually have to get an API key. This is something that you can go to guildwars2.com and you can go into your own forum. I'm not going to do it because obviously it shows some of my account information, so I'm not going to go into that. But you can go in there and you get an API key and you type in your API key, and basically it allows you to see your account. You can delete the API key, and so that's why I'm not worried about showing that. You enter it into guildwars2efficiency.com and it will bring up everything to do with your account. So we start off with this screen here. You can see it's the account overview. This actually has a listing. You can see how my actual account value has gone up. So you can see here, this is when I actually started, the middle of April, I actually started to use this method. I actually spent a lot of gold on material usage. You can see here my wallet gold, if we actually go back here, it was actually around this time here, the 14th of April. You can see here, it actually shows you my account value, my wallet, how much is in the gold, how much is in my bank. So at 42 gold there, wasn't that too much? You know, how much material storage I had. So you can see how much money is actually in my account. But then we move on. I was at 29 gold. We're looking at that fourth one down, the bank, 29 gold and 40 gold. I was, you know, it hadn't really changed. If you look around, I had a 162 gold, but generally I wasn't too much. I was stuck around 100 gold, not really moving along too much. And then I thought, you know what, I knew about this website, and I looked at some of the methods in which you can make gold. So here we go. You see, I'm still at 40, 39 gold, and I'm 62, but suddenly my value drops. And that's because you can see some of the trading post options and material storage has stayed the same, but it was actually a drop in die value that she changed that. So you can see 12, it went from, my die value is 1200. I didn't actually unlock any new dies, but it went from 1500 to 1200 thanks to the release of certain dies. But again, it goes back up. So look at the value, look at the difference there. So they actually added liquid gold, which is a new feature that they brought in. But we look at here, look at my bank now. My bank goes from 49 gold to 328 gold. And then we keep going on. Look at the trading post as well. So even though we've got 328 gold there, so between 5 days, I went from 328 gold in my bank. And if you look at the trading post, I was 114 gold. So around about a value of 430 there. I've got a huge amount. I've still got 272 in my bank, but the trading post is up to 485, and my wallet has actually gone down. But I've got a lot more, you know, different things on my account. And then we can keep going. My bank went up to, you know, you can see here my wallet's at 363 gold, but my bank value actually went up to 1300 gold. I've been rocketing in value. And how have I, this is the method I wanted to show you. This is absolute proof of what I've been doing since this time, and how I've actually almost added value, if we take from that point here, a significant amount, you know, going from this point and then up to where I am now. You can see as well, if we actually look at liquid gold, If we go back here, so you can see how much, sorry, not liquid gold, let's look at wallet gold. So you can see here I've jumped around a bit. At one point my gold was up to 640 gold. So this is the point that I was struggling around, you know, doing 112, 30, 40 gold, down to 48 gold. The lowest point I had was 42 gold. That's when I started this procedure, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to really check it out. And so I went from 42 gold in my bank to 328 gold, and that was done in, so that was the April the 14th, so that was in a week. You know, this is an easy thing to do. Again, you're looking at, actually I went to 500 gold in my bank. So that, sorry, this is actually why I wanted to see bank gold. There we go. So you can see here I trundled along. The wallet gold is things like, as I showed you, if we actually have a look here, wallet gold will be things like here. This is a wallet gold. So these are actually converted into gold. Very, very clever system. Let's look at the bank. So I was trundling along. I was actually, you know, my bank gold. That was a mistake back before then. But you can see here, this is what I've been trundling along. Just da-da-da, you know, happily doing my dailies, spending a bit of money, trundling along, 40, 50 gold, doing that. And then suddenly I jumped up to 300 gold. And then I'm rocketing and I go to 500 and then I'm up to 1200. Yes. This is a method I'm going to show you. Okay, and how does this work? Well, you know, this account overview, how does this Guild Wars 2 efficiency work? You can go in, you can check out your characters. So you can see here, this is my Revenant. This is actually my tank Revenant for raiding, and you can see all the different items. So if you can see all the infusions you've got. If you ever lose something, just go on here. You can actually see all your items that you actually have. You can see ascended weapons, ascended gear. You can see, obviously, builds. You know, you've got your trait system, which is fantastic. Really well done. You know, you can see crafting. I'm up to 400. Your inventory, you can see what's in your inventory. I mean, this is actually amazing, this thing. Guilds are not quite right now, because it's not, I haven't fully set it up. You can see all my PvP stats. Bank, here we go. This is what I actually used a lot. So you can see, actually, if I decided to sell some stuff, you know, I've got a lot of stuff in my bank here. My wallet, well, this is what is going to be very, very useful. We're going to come back to this. But material storage, if you want to get some quick gold, let's look at my material storage. Well, this is stuff that I have in my crafting area. So this is, sorry, my crafting area. This is stuff in my bank. So if we go to my bank here, this is all the items in material storage. So all these items here. And they're showing up on here. Exactly the same. 68. And you can see here, we've got 68 here. So it's actually in real time. Obviously, if you actually take some out, it won't refresh until you refresh. But you can see the value of this is 7 gold. So you've got obviously buy and sell prices. It's really efficient. Obviously, you can see that hard and leather sections are very, very valuable at the moment. 12 gold for 27 of those. But you can see here's like a lot of the T6 mats are still very, very valuable. Ascended mats, you've got 131 gold if I was to sell all these Dildramore steel ingots, 54 gold if I sell these bolts of Damask. And so this is a really good way if there's something you're like, oh, okay, well that's, you know, that's worth actually a lot more than I expected. You could be like, oh, okay, so you're looking through here, this is all pretty standard. But then you've got, like, you can see here, festive materials, 1.7 gold. Well, that's not really that value. But 22 gold of cooking materials, well, okay, well, where's that? Well, you got 10 lemongrass is worth of gold. Well, that's quite cool. Might sell that. Might sell some snow truffles. So again, you've got ways to find out how much stuff is actually worthwhile. Your wardrobe isn't actually for you to figure out what your actual gold, you know, how you can make gold. That's just actually going to refer to like all your skins. And so you can see here some of the value of this. So like an adventurer's mantle's worth of gold. You've got illustrious masks. That's an ascended gear item. That's worth 82 gold. So you can actually see the real term value of your material, of the items that you've actually unlocked. So let's go back to the wallet. Let's actually have a look at how we can make gold on this, because I've actually, you know, I've been speaking for a few minutes here, and let's actually figure out how we can make gold. So what you can do is you can actually click on the specific currencies to see the conversion to gold. So let's look at karma. Here we go. So these are all the karmas you can actually make and how much profit you can make. So you've got 16 silver per 1,000 karma. Here we go, unidentified purple dye. However, you do need to buy some items as well, so I wouldn't recommend. The dye system can be a bit weird. The bag of jewels is quite a good way per karma, the amount of money per karma. Mystic clover is not a very good way, making a loss on that. But the actual best way here was doing this weapon. Obviously, these rapid beaded lanciers are okay, but what I would recommend, this old gate leather gloves, very, very efficient way to actually get a lot of leather, because it used to be you'd use the cloth crab grabbing gloves, but that only makes you 6.2 silver per 1,000 karma. You can be making almost double that with the old gate leather gloves. So it does take you, because you're spending half as much karma, it will take you a lot longer to make all of this, but you will be making more profit. So what that is, it means going to this waypoint here, and you can copy that into your account. So what you can do here is you can click on that, go into your game, and then press Ctrl V for paste. Sorry, I've got mine on silence right now. So you can see in chat, there we go, I can click on that waypoint and I can go there if I actually had it unlocked under this character, and that's where you can actually go and you can actually buy things from the vendor. So it's all very, very easy to figure that out. Well, let's go back. We can go back and actually have a look at what else we look at the wallet. The spirit shards. Now this is a video, my most popular ever video is based on this, and it's how you can turn spirit shards, which back in the day was skill points, into profit. So this is, for example, it's still how I do this. It's if you can do it a flat profit, so you can make 141 gold profit by combining the Triforge pendant, creating the Triforge pendant and selling it. But softwood planks, they make you a hell of a lot of profit, per spirit shard, that is. But if you look at the cost, how much it takes to make, let's actually have a look at some of these other weapons. Volcanus, it costs 428 gold to make Volcanus, but you'll make 51 gold profit. Not bad. Wall of the Mists, 100 gold to make that, you'll make 42 gold profit. It's pretty cool. And look at some of the other things like Infinite Night Light. It costs a lot, but you won't make too much profit. You make 30 gold on that if you sell it on the trading post, of course. I prefer the other one, which is the profit percentage. And what the profit percentage does is works out how much gold you're going to be making per your investment. So you can see here, it costs 16 gold, but I'll make 15 gold profit. That's almost a 90% return on how much you're spending the Mystic Torch. So the Mystic Weapon's very, very good way to actually make a lot of profit on this. Things like Rust Tooth, it costs 7 gold, but you make 2 gold profit. Okay, not bad. Ambrosia costs 5 gold, you make 2 gold profit there. Accursed Chains, you can make a decent profit on that. Mystic Rifle, you won't make too much profit on that. Neither will you make profit on the Spear too much. The Superior Arrow Cart, you make a decent profit. You cost 15 silver, which isn't much. You're making 35% of your money back if you actually build a Superior Arrow Cart, and then so this is taking into account buying all the materials. And actually selling it on the trader post, you'll make 5 silver profit for each one. So say you make 100 of those, well then you'll be making 5 gold profit. Kind of handy. So that's the spirit shards. I've used that a lot, that's why I'm down to 71. Laurels, you can see which is the best thing to do. Go for the heavy crafting bag, no questions asked. There's nothing else profitable. I would say though, you only get to use these once. It's very useful to actually unlock these starter kits. Particularly these 5. Maybe you could go for the Artificer, but wouldn't bother with the Chef. So you actually make a fair amount of profit, but it's a one-time only deal, because once you've bought it, you can't ever buy it again. So let's look at, we don't get anything through transmutation. Look at Badge of Honor. Badges of Honor, you can make, again, this is the Superior Arrow Cart blueprints if you wanted to create them. And that's how much profit per badge. You make 66 copper. Alright, Badge of Tribute, you make 1.1 silver. But if you use the Heroics Notary, you can actually make a 3.6 silver per Heroic Notary. Not brilliant, to be honest, and there are better ways to actually spend those. Just buy the skill points if you can't get those difficult skill points. Let's have a look what else we can get. Alright, well, we've got Fractal Relics. You can't really do much there, neither with the Pristine Fractal Relics. Guild Commendations. Guild Catapults, fantastic to get. Bolt of Embroidered Silk is also very, very useful. It's what I always buy when they come up on the trader, because you can make a quick profit. You're making, 1.1 gold per Guild Commendation. Obviously, Guild Catapults are also very, very useful. You'll be making a decent amount of profit there as well. So what else we got? Geodes. Okay, you can actually, there is a different video you can see to make geodes, bandit crests. But what we got here is if we go to currencies, dungeon tokens. So this is a list of all the dungeon tokens and how you can get these particular items. And so, for example, if you actually completed Ascalon Catacombs, if you completed Sorrow's Embrace, or the Honor of the Waves, you'll get these items, and you can get a Soldier's Orichalcum imbued inscription. Well, how do you do that? You can actually see the variation on the price. This is not what I wanted to go to. But what you actually do is you buy the weapon, and then you salvage that weapon, and hopefully you'll get a Soldier's Orichalcum imbued inscription. Very, very handy to actually get that. You can see here the percentage chance you will get if you use different Mystic Salvage kits, and it does include the Ectoplasm. If you remove the Ectoplasm, that's the flat profit, because you can obviously get some Ectos with that as well. And it tells you if you do a run of Ascalon Catacombs, how much profit per run you'll be making until you can actually buy those Soldiers Orichalcum imbued inscriptions, because it's around about 3.5, 4 runs to make that item. A Soldier's Intricate Gossamer, so we're talking light armor, or any armor, that would only take you 3 runs to get that. And again, if you actually salvage that armor piece, you can have a chance, 62% chance with the Blackline salvage kit, 42% chance with the Mystic or Master salvage kit to get that inscription, which you can then sell on the trading post. So that's how you can turn dungeon tokens into profit. Now you have dungeon recipes. Now dungeon recipes are very kind of rare drops off the last boss of each path. Now, for example, in Sorrow's Embrace, you have the Replicator. That's going for a hell of a lot right now. The Replicator's healing, precision, vitality. The reason why it's very good for raiding, there are no stats that come up as good as this, because generally you don't get the type of stats regarding on ascended gear that the Replicator gives. So this is the really reason why it's quite expensive right now. But you've got Ring of Blood. Ring of Blood is condition damage, toughness, vitality, and that all you have to do is spend 200 tokens of, once you've got that recipe that's dropped, you can actually spend 200 tokens that you get from Honor of the Waves, create that Ring of Blood, sell it on the trading post, boom, that's 2.3 gold profit. And that's obviously per run because you need the tokens. But just that one, you'll make 7 gold. 7 gold profit. Now, I have, for example, the Nightmare Coil. I managed to get that as a rare drop, and that cost me 200 of, if we see the Nightmare Coil, you can see that's what you get. It's a PTV ring, and it's going for 5 gold right now, but it only cost me 200 of the Twilight Arbor tokens, plus the material costs, and that's going to make me a decent amount of profit. Potions really don't make you anything. You've got, obviously, Globs of Ecto. This is Globs of Ecto you actually get by buying rare armor to these particular 4 dungeons and salvaging the gear. And obviously with a Blackline salvage kit, you're likely to make 125% chance of getting a Glob of Ecto. Mystic salvage kit, you have an 87.5% chance. Named weapons also have a fair amount of profit. So again, you need the reasons why, because a Foe Fire's Power needs a Gift of Light, which costs 500 tokens. Same with Volcanus, it needs the Citadel Flame gift, and so that's actually how these are quite profitable, because people don't have the time to actually go and get these, because it takes a fair amount of time to get 500 dungeon tokens. So there we go, that's dungeon tokens. Let's go back to the wallet again. What else can we make money out of? Well, actually, let's go back to the currencies. We've already talked about Karma, Spirit Shards, and Guild Commendations. What about Blackline claim tickets? Well, also, if you ever get a claim ticket, this for example, we go back to my account. Let's look at the bank here. You can see I've actually got a Blackline claim ticket. Well, this actually shows you how much profit you can make per ticket. Now, a Spectral Hammer skin, that's worth 59 gold right now, because a lot of people have them. There's a Plasma Shortbow skin, which is pretty cool right now. That's actually worth it, because obviously it's three tickets compared to that one. But you're making 197 gold profit on that. So profit per ticket is actually higher than the Spectral Hammer skin. So if you have 3 tickets, for example, you could buy 3 hammer skins, or you could buy just buy 1 Plasma Shortbow. You're actually going to make more profit on the Plasma Shortbow per ticket than you will with 3 Spectral Hammers. So that's an interesting way you can actually see, if it's worthwhile buying some of these weapons and selling them on the trading post. So generally, this is actually how I've made a lot of money. You can see, obviously, if you want to do trading posts, that's a slightly different area. You can calculate, for example, ascended weapons and armor, what it's going to cost to craft. So this is a phenomenal website, and I definitely recommend you go in this. We'll come back to crafting, and you can see how much it actually crafts. So like Glint's Bastion, for example. But if you ever want to find something, okay, let's, what do we want to farm? Let's Orichalcum. Sorry, let's go to Orichalcum. So there's a Southson Cove. They've got an Orichalcum node. Look, there it is. You can go from that waypoint, and it's right up there. Anything else? This is just the daily, so it's always there. You've got flax. Well, we know where the flax is. That's the great tree. And down here, dry top. There's carrot, lettuce, cabbage, and cacti. That's all up here. Rich mithril, well, that's in Cursed Shore. Same with this one here by the Meddler's Waypoint. These are rich nodes. You've got obviously the Elder Wood log farm and more rich. This is obviously Melkor's Deep, all the farming nodes there. We've got this is Frostgorge Sound, all the nodes that we can find here. Butternut Squash, Elder Wood again. We actually have that in Straits of Devastation, and you know, some artichokes as well. So this website actually shows you exactly where all these rich nodes are, rich platinum nodes that you have, butternut squash, rich platinum nodes, cauliflowers, anything you want. This website will actually show you where all of these are. And it can actually show you the profit using a watchwork pick. So you can see you actually have a gathering map as well. So it's got all the gathering things on there. So you can see that they've only done a few of them. So let's actually click on Snowden Drifts. You can see all the different nodes that they actually have, like all the softwood logs there. Cursed Shore, for example. You can see all the different nodes and normal node and underground nodes. You've got all the different nodes available here. So there we go. This is how I've actually done this. You can see different champs farming, the silver waste. You can see all the silver waste potential locations for the silverweight bandit chests. And this is a brilliant website. I couldn't recommend it more. And if you want to make a lot of gold, again, it's just things that you actually have in your own profit. I've done videos, for example, on this before, actually turning dungeon tokens into gold. I've done videos on turning spirit shards into gold. Done videos on doing karma into gold. Guild commendations into gold. I haven't really done one on badges of honor, but you've kind of the same thing as because you're using spirit shards. These are all videos that I've done, but there's still the ability to actually figure it out yourself and see, okay, which ones can I make a profit? Because things change. I mean, look at the spirit shards. I actually crafted lists, and when I crafted lists 2 weeks ago, List was actually one of the more expensive ones. If we actually look at flat profit now, well, where's List? List went from being almost 200 gold now, really far down the chain. We've got to find List. Is it still going? Nope, still not going. Still looking for List. Still nothing. So but these are the ways you can actually make profit. Just by crafting these items, you can make substantial amount of profit. Hell, the anomaly. Craft costs you 164 gold, you make 20 gold. That's if it's, you know, if you sell it on the trading post, bam, you're making money. So go to this website, get your API, put it in there. You'll be able to really customize it for yourself. Again, look at your own account. It's not just a way to make money. You can check out achievements, miniatures, dies. You can see so much information about your own account that you can't really tell from playing in-game. I do hope this video has been useful for you. I think that, for me personally, this website has really been able, for me, and I've shown it visually, the ability to make a hell of a lot more profit. Hell, reason I've spent a lot of money, you can actually see, if we go to the trading post, my transaction, what I'm currently selling right now. I've got a load of items, 72, I was actually selling a super torches in. There's this going for 390 gold, I put it on there, it's now 225, a bit disappointed on that. But hey, you know what? You win some, you lose some. But let's actually look at my history. You're wondering, well, look, you've only got 200 gold now. Why is that? Well, if we look at my history, what I've actually been buying, I actually have been buying all T6 mats. Why have I been buying all these T6 mats and mystic coins and other types of items? Well, it's kind of that for those of you who have been paying attention. Oh, look, I actually have a legendary backpack in the works. Not only that, I actually have 2 legendary backpacks in the works. So this is what I'm working on crafting. This is where all my money is currently going. And generally, that's why I'm spending a lot more money. And also, you've got this stupid thing that I was sort of coerced into creating, which is, you guessed it, Chukka and Chumpawat. So I'm going in the most expensive bit. This is where a lot of my gold has gone. So there we go, guys. I hope this is useful. Please leave any comments. If you have any suggestions or questions, I'm happy to answer. Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one.